Welcome to this blog edition of Urban Tales. I am Diwan Singh Siswan, and right now I am standing in front of Shaheed Dr. Diwan Singh Kalepani Museum. Yes, Shaheed Dr. Diwan Singh Kalepani Museum is located on Chandigarh Baddi Road, approximately around 18 to 20 kilometers from ISBT sector 17, Chandigarh. Yes, and in the backdrop you can just see the main building of this museum, and this museum is all about Shaheed Dr. Diwan Singh Kalepani. Shaheed Dr. Diwan Singh Kalepani Museum, inaugurated by Sardar Prakash Singh Badal, Honorable Chief Minister Punjab, then on 23rd December 2013. And I'm just taking you to some other foundation stone which just provide us the basic information about this particular museum. Shaheed Dr. Diwan Singh Kalepani. Here is some very interesting information has been provided on this stone about this particular museum. Dr. Diwan Singh Kalepani, a patriot and a saintly man, a writer of the great merit in Punjabi and a social reformer, was born on May 22, 1897 in Grotia Khud, a village in district Sialkot. After completing a medical education, he joined medical department of Indian Army in 1919. He imbibed the spirit of service and the truthful living from the teaching of the Guru and the simple village life. In early 20s, he was greatly influenced by Mahatma Gandhi views. As a result, he made an impassioned speech for Swaraj in the public meeting at Dakshai. He was arrested and court-martialed, but was acquitted for lack of evidence. Later, he was posted to Rangoon and then Andaman Island, obviously as a punishment, where he remained till the end. Hence the word Kalepani became his nom de plume. Yes, वो उनका उपनाम बन चुका था. He found the real mission of his life in this island. He dedicated himself to the service of the convicts. He built a Gurdwara, now known as Gurdwara Dr. Diwan Singh, where men and women of all religions, castes and creed gathered for all festival. Under its umbrella, school of various Indian languages and library were established. It became an instrument of social, cultural and education revolution in the lives of the local people. Along with this, he remained a part of Punjabi literary world. Wagde Pani, a book of his poems, was published in 1938. Four collections of his verse and the prose were published posthumously. During the Japanese occupation of the island in the Second World War, he worked tirelessly for the welfare of his people. He was the president of Indian Independence League and started the Indian National Army. The Japanese did not like the pro-Indian active role he was playing. They framed a false charge of spying and arrested him. He was subjected to the most inhuman and the most bestial and the most diabolically conceived torture in the cellular jail. For 82 days he suffered in silence, repeating Waheguru, the name of the God. On 14 January 1944, he shed his mortal coil and became a martyr in the cause of the truth and freedom. And the same information has been provided in Punjab, and it's situated in a very peaceful, calm surrounding, and This particular museum is dedicated to Shaheed Dr. Diwan Singh Kalepani, and a lot of information about his role in the Indian freedom struggle, and all his humanitarian work which he did when he was alive has been put into some order, and has been exhibited or presented in a very interesting or informative way. This is the main building of this museum, which has been dedicated to Dr. Shaheed Dr. Diwan Singh Kalepani, and the location of this particular museum is almost 18 to 20 kilometers from Chandigarh, and it is situated on the Chandigarh Baddi road. In the backdrop, you are just seeing the main building of this museum, which has been built very aesthetic. You can just see this particular door. It's the main museum. Here you will find the library, and in the backdrop you might be seeing a pillar kind of a structure, which basically represent the total ethos or human values of the life of Shaheed Dr. Diwan Singh Kalepani. This is the entrance to the museum, and some very interesting information which has been related to the life of Shaheed Dr. Diwan Singh Kalepani has been provided in a very informative or interesting manner. Diwan Singh was born on 22nd May 1897 in Galotia Khurd, Sialkot, Pakistan, in a mud house to a middle-class farmer family. He was orphaned at the age of 6 years and was brought up by his grandmother and his uncle. Diwan Singh later joined the middle standard at Scott Mission School in Dhaska, Pakistan, which was 3 miles away. He had to learn how to swim, as he had to cross a canal to get to his school and back home every day. He was quick to learn English and impressed all his teachers and fellow students with his intelligence. He joined a new Khalsa High School in Sialkot, where education was free and a stipend was provided. He completed his matriculation there. He became a devout Sikh. He visited Gurdwara daily and listened to the Kirtan and Gurbani. Diwan Singh decided to stop studies in literature and applied to the medical college in Agra. He faced no problem at the time of admission, as he impressed the English principal during the interview. In 1919, Diwan Singh was recruited into the army and was posted to Rawalpindi cantonment. He served as a doctor with a passion and devotion. Unlike any other army doctor, he was available at all times. He narrated stories to the soldiers, wrote their letters, consoled and humored them. He was loved by all. In December 1920, he was posted to Lahore, a culturally rich and politically active city. Diwan Singh literary and political pursuits started taking shape there. Influenced by Gandhi ideology and the Indian National Congress, he started wearing khadi. He became aware of the political movement. He met many Punjabi poets like Dhaniram Chatrik, Maula Baksh Kushta, Gyani Hira Singh Dard, Charan Singh Shaheed, and Shamlal Aziz. In October 1921, he was posted to Dakshai Cantonment, which was a Gurkha regiment training center in Shimla. He saw abject poverty, many diseases, poor, ignorant, illiterate, and superstitious people. After military duty, he helped the villagers without any discrimination. Diwan Singh was aware that the army routes did not allow him to attend these rallies. The political upheaval of Bardoli March reached the Chai, and the people organized many rallies and protests against the British government. Diwan Singh was aware that the army rules did not allow him to attend these rallies, much less to address them. Still, he attended fiery speeches made by a number of people. On one of the rallies, Diwan Singh got up, went to the pulpit, and spoke for the satisfaction of the people, eradication of the poverty, and the progress of the country. It is necessary to obtain Swaraj. He got so carried away that he didn't realize it was a breach of oath. This open revolt against Raj authorities and was reported to Lahore. However, due to the lack of evidence, he was exonerated and acquitted. And here are some words which has been spoken about Shaheed Dr. Diwan Singh Kalepani by very prominent people, like as per Prakash Singh Badal, late and ex-Chief Minister of Punjab, Dr. Diwan Singh was an embodiment of a Sikh as invited by Guru Gobind Singh at the time of creation of house. And here is a statement given by Manmohan Singh, then Prime Minister of India. Dr. Diwan Singh was a great martyr whose contribution to the Indian freedom struggle cannot be forgotten. He had a sounder purpose for the life which asked us to respect and celebrate diversity and the pluralism. And here is a statement given by Khushwant Singh, the famous journalist and novelist who is no more. Dr. Diwan Singh was by any reckoning an remarkable man who combined healing the sick with composing poetry and service to the country. He came to be regarded as the Messiah who laid down his life for the country. And finally, here are the comments given by Iqbal Singh, author. I only hope one day he will find his Waris Shah who would sit down and compose a ballad on him, and like the balladiers of the old or our daddies, they would go to the every village and hamlet to tell the story of the remarkable Dr. Diwan Singh Kalepani. Yes. Here is some information provided. The army was always on the move. In October 1924, his regiment received orders to move to Rangoon. Diwan Singh, with his wife, son, and daughter, left for Rangoon. He started writing in Punjabi, and his first poem was published from Calcutta in 1925. He opened a school in the Gurdwara to teach Punjabi with an initial strength of just two students, which later grew to 200. Diwan Singh was 27 years old. He was restless during this period. There was a storm in his thoughts, mind, and heart. He challenged Gurdwara authorities, social and literary organizations, and the people who were towing the policy of the government. This was unexpected since he was in the army. He carried the message which was radical, reformative, and revolutionary. In November 1926, Diwan Singh arrived abroad the ship SS Maharaja as a civil doctor at Dundas Point, Andaman. The island had a unique beauty with the glistening sea, blue-green waters, creeks, and the majestic trees that left a lasting impression. It was primarily a convict settlement, also inhabited by the Aborigines, yes, the native people known as the Jervas and the Onges. The island was infested with malaria, berry, and other tropical diseases. Diwan Singh started touring the villages since people were reluctant to come to the hospital. He saw pain, misery, and disease. His informal behavior and the personal touch demonstrated to the people that he was there to serve them. The villagers were initially apprehensive but later started coming to his dispensary, which also became a meeting point for all. He discovered the hidden goodness in these convicts. He resolved to treat not only their physical ailment but also their mental turbulence. I grew up like a little child in her loving hands. I learned the song of the Guru from her. She was unlettered, but she gave me the meaning of life. Sobha Singh, the famous artist of Punjab, consulted Diwan Singh about his heart condition. Diwan Singh had a hearty laugh when he was told about this. He could, according to me, an artist's heart is the healthiest heart in the world. He infuses new life in everything he portrays. How can your heart be weak? Nevertheless, I would like to examine your heart. Diwan Singh examined him with a stethoscope and kept it aside and then put his ear to Sobha Singh's chest and said, "Let me hear the heartbeats of creativity. They have to be different from those of." Freedom is not something which anyone can give us on a platter. To achieve freedom, we have to fight. Therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, I appeal to you to stand on your own feet and come forward to fight for freedom. To depend on the help of anyone else is meaningless. You have to build up your own strength. You must stand united and have a faith in yourself and in India's ultimate destiny. You must have courage. You must be ready to sacrifice your all for the freedom of your country. From the fading memories and the conversation with people who loved his father, Mohinder Singh recreates in this museum a tribute to Diwan Singh, who belongs to the ages and whose works are the heritage of the people of this land.